button. Watch out there now. Snag is in the house. Yeah. What y'all doing, man? Come on in and be my friend. Come on in and be my friend. Alright, before y'all come in, have a seat, push the like button, subscribe to the channel if you ain't already a subscriber. And just know that we only got a few minutes to rock this show and a few minutes to let people know Snag is live. Real hood nigga music. Are you down for this? I don't know. You might be, you might not. So we're gonna go on and kick it in. This the type of hood, this is hood nigga music. Real hood nigga music. Hood music. Hood nigga. Nobody know who the hood nigga is. They ain't never dealt with one. But you're watching one right now. A real rich hood nigga. Come on in, push that like button. Hey, what's up, Lee? Push that like button. It's been a minute. I'm in my new house. I took somebody's girlfriend yesterday on Snapchat. Hey, man, you got a new house and you got you a new bitch. Hey, I ain't mad at you, dog. Push that like button for a real one. Yeah, man. You got all the tools it took to trap one. Now you stuck. Now you need to figure out how to get out the house and go get you another one. And repeat the process, brother. Everybody knows that I am a player from the Himalaya. From the Himalaya. I am a player. I am a player. I told this girl that I met the other day, you look like you gonna be my next ex-girlfriend. She started smiling and gave me her number. I hit her the same night. I called her, went over to her house, tore her ass up. Told her I was finna go in the bathroom and wash off. I never came out the bathroom. Never came out the bathroom. Crawled out the bathroom window and got in my car and pulled the fuck off. I ain't called her ass since. That was about 2 weeks ago. I ain't said nothing to her. I ain't nothing. But I wonder how she felt about that when I left. Or how I left. Ain't no telling. Come on in, push that like button, be my friend. Tonight, I just feel like talking. Because life is really fucked up for a lot of people. Do you agree or you disagree? You love me or you don't love me? Tonight, you know what I had for dinner? Papa John's. I had ordered me a double chicken, bacon, and pineapple. As you can see, I ate it all up, about 2 slices. Yeah, I'm a grown ass man. I eat a whole piece, damn near by myself. You know what I need? I need a nice audience. I'm really going through something. I'm depressed. I was supposed to do a comedy show last night, but I didn't make it. I didn't do it. Financially, I couldn't get there. I couldn't afford to get there. And I didn't have enough people that liked me enough to buy tickets in my name. So they wanted me to travel 400 miles at my expense. That's 400 miles going, 460 miles going, and 460 miles back. That is 920 miles that they wanted me to travel and get on stage for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. The last time I went, I did 25 minutes. I really had 45 minutes, but I split my 45 with another comedian. I gave him 20 minutes and I did 25. And we both killed off the show. It was a nice show, high quality. I even raised the quality of the show when I let my other comedian friend get up there and do his little shit for 20 minutes. God is good, man. So he said, I'm gonna do 5 minutes after I travel 900 miles to get there. And I told him, I said, man, you know what? You take my 5 minutes and you split it up amongst the other comedians. They got 6 or 7. I'm straight. Let them have it. I can go to Hollywood and spend $5 and get 10 minutes. I know damn well this is bullshit, man. I didn't know I was doing an open mic show. I guess it was an open mic. Ain't no telling. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Man, it is cold as hell. And I'm watching this damn guy geeked up on drugs, running down the street with no goddamn shirt on. And it's 30 degrees outside. And you just see the frost coming from his mouth as he running. Look like the frost about to freeze in the air. His ass about to freeze in mid-flight running. Feel so sorry for that guy. Push that like button. Don't nobody like this thing. Who we kicking? Who we kicking the door down on tonight? We ain't kicking no doors in, dog. My door kicking days been over with. I ain't kicking in no doors, man. I'm not asleep. I just got through eating a pizza. Really trying to get my mind right. yeah. What the fuck? How y'all doing? Come on in, push that like button. Show me some love. Man, this the best life a person can choose to live. Come on in, push that like button. Be my friend. Said do I have a Hellcat? No. Little Mercedes, little small Mercedes. Nothing major. I wouldn't waste my money on a Hellcat to save my life. I buy Escalade before I buy a Hellcat. Man, push that like button. Show me some love. Be my friend. Man, what is going on in the world today? Push that like button. Show me some love. My dream car. Hellcat. Why is your dream car a Hellcat? Damn, you dreaming small, bro. You can get one of those right now. They giving them motherfuckers away. Hellcats are not hard to get no more. They used, bro. They quit making Hellcats in 2018. They gonna come out with a new one though. Said just me and you. You think so? Well, we can chill. I'm in my studio, man. This is my office. minding my business, leaving other people alone. You 420 friendly, bro? If you 420 friendly, then you should be able to catch up with me. Fire up. Bring the spirits of Bob Marley in so I can start talking on a good conversation. How you doing? Push that like button. I got 8 likes. I have a YouTube channel. Thank you, man. I'm gonna come check you out. Thank you for watching me, man. I've been on YouTube. I'm one of the first YouTubers that was ever on YouTube, man. I've been on YouTube since 2007, man. And I just now got 10,000
Welcome
subscribers.
to Democracy Now! Democracy.
I just got up to 10,000 subscribers.
Welcome to Democracy Now!
It take a minute to get up there.
Democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. In Iran, over 500 protesters and 48 security officials have died in demonstrations that have roiled Iran for 2 weeks. That's according to the U.S.
That's what I want to talk about. How you doing? Let me see if you understand about this. We're gonna pause this.
Over 10,000.
And let me ask you something. Do you see world history repeating itself? Oh, you gone. Damn. I was just finna get into I was finna pick your brain and see where your intellect was. I wonder if y'all understand what's going on in Iran right now. Yeah. This is like a repeated history all over again. You remember when let's see if you remember when Obama he stirred up the same ruckus in Libya with Gaddafi. You see how they stirred it up on Facebook and the people started protesting? They started putting all them sanctions on India. Now their dollar is worth nothing and the people is going crazy. Do you know what's going on in India? Oh, this is a flip the regime change. This is a regime change from the people inside out. They finna make the people kill the heads of fucking states of Iran. Iran is the only motherfucker that got the capability to take out or hurt Israel, right? But Iran is getting, they own people is about to destroy it. Boy, they done tricked them folks, got them folks so stirred up. America done went over there and started a coup with the people, and they finna go and flip the whole government. If they get their hands on that government, watch, I'm telling you, do you know what's going on in Iran? And don't this look like a repeated story? I guess the leaders of Iran gonna get beat to shit. They gonna get stoned to death by the people. Watch.
People. Videos circulating online show the graphic deaths of protesters and corpses lined up in body bags outside hospitals. Iranian officials have shut off the internet and limited phone calls inside the country. Over the weekend, President Trump...
The government closed off all the internet because you want to know why? Because they knew that America was influencing Facebook and Instagram, spreading all the bullshit, the lies and shit, and they was the one. The internet was the reason why the people were so stirred up. But y'all not paying attention to what's going on.
To attack Iran, U.S. security officials are reportedly weighing cyber attacks and direct strikes. This is President Trump speaking to reporters Friday.
But Iran, don't you know Iran is the eye in the bricks? Russia, China, they ain't gonna let Iran go down like that. They need Iran. Iran got ballistic missiles, they got drones, they got everything that they need. And look at it, this is some subliminal shit right here. They is taking Iran out. It's funny when America pronounce Iran. You run. And you run. I ran. That's messed up. Work on your appeal. What's my appeal? What do you mean? How many years? How long have you been down, King? Man, I've been down for a long time, bro. You gonna help me live? You gonna help me get up? I'm trying to be like one of the #1 YouTubers on YouTube. Somebody got in my inbox and said, man, I can help you get your followers up. I can help you get more viewers. I can help you get all that. I'm like, yeah, but you got to give me $500 a month. $500 a month. Man, just get that shit up, bro. And if you get it up like you say you can, man, I'll pay you, bro. Later on down. And I start making some money.
Strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts. And that doesn't mean boots on the ground, but it means hitting them very, very hard where it hurts.
In response, Iran's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi blamed the U.S. and Israel for the protests, insisted the situation.
Yep. It is Israel and America fault.
Both the United States and Israel have officially stated that they have interference and a role in these riots. And they are trying to turn these demonstrations and protests, which are peaceful, into violence and riots.
Speaking to reporters Sunday, President Trump claimed Iranian leaders called him to negotiate, but the U.S. may take action before a meeting. We'll have more on this story after headlines. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu expressed his support for the Iranian protesters in a speech to the Israeli cabinet Sunday.
Well, these are straight devils. America and Israel, they is tearing up, they is attacking Iran from the people. They starving them out. Iran is not killing innocent civilians.
3 Palestinians Sunday. One person was killed in the Tufa neighborhood in Gaza City, while 2 others were killed in southern Gaza near Khan Yunis. Since the U.S. brokered truce, over 440 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces. Here's Mohammed Abu Asi, whose nephew was killed in Israeli strikes.
Every day houses are destroyed. Every day there's shooting and it's random. Till now the war is ongoing. Don't listen to those saying that the war is over. The war has stopped for the Israelis only, but for us it's ongoing.
Al Jazeera is reporting
that's messed up.
Palestinian
Israel still
baby
bombing those
Mohammed
people.
Abu Harbit froze to death as torrential rains and freezing winds worsen the dire humanitarian situation faced by displaced families across the Gaza Strip.
Damn.
Since November, 4 Palestinian children have frozen to death. This comes as the Israeli military is reportedly planning to restart intensive military operations in Gaza in March, targeting Gaza City. According to the Times of Israel, the operation would push the Yellow Line ceasefire demarcation west toward the coast of the Gaza Strip. Here in the United States, tens of thousands of people took to the streets over the weekend as protests against ICE spread nationwide following the fatal ICE shooting of Renee Good, a 37-year-old mother of 3, killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis last week. Thousands of protests led by the ICE Out for Good campaign took place in towns and major U.S. cities, including New York, Portland, and the Los Angeles area, where activists also held a vigil for Keith Porter Jr., an African-American 43-year-old father of 2 who was fatally shot by an off-duty ICE agent on New Year's Eve. His family is demanding transparency in the investigation into his killing. Here are voices from the anti-ICE protests this weekend in Boston.
It infuriates me. It breaks my heart to see another woman killed, and to see so many families torn apart, and I can't be quiet about that. So,
Neither can I.
yeah, of course.
The line was right. The line was George Floyd, and Renee Good's murder is just showing how far we have crossed that line. And I think that these men need to be held accountable.
This comes as Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem has vowed to deploy hundreds more federal agents in Minneapolis
Push that
in
like button. Show me
response to
some
the
love.
protests.
Like
Meanwhile, more video footage has emerged depicting the minutes before Renee Good was fatally shot. What appears to be cell phone footage recorded by an ICE agent. Good is seen sitting in her car as the agent circles around her vehicle in the middle of the road. Good tells the agent, quote, "That's fine, I'm not mad at you," right before she was shot dead. Good's wife is also seen recording the encounter on her cell phone. One agent is heard saying, quote, "effing bitch." Renee Good's wife, Becca Good, released her first statement following the fatal shooting. She described her partner as kind, saying, quote, "Renee was a Christian who knew that all religions teach the same essential truth. We're here to love each other, care for each other, and keep each other safe and whole," unquote. About their encounter with ICE, she said, quote, "We had whistles, they had guns," unquote. At the Golden Globe Awards last night, a number of attendees wore pins with the messages, "Be good" and "Ice out." We'll have more on this story later in the broadcast. Venezuela's interim president, Delcy Rodriguez, has requested help from the U.S. military to retrieve an oil tanker that departed Venezuela without permission. That's according to the New York Times, which reported what is the first known military collaboration between Venezuela and the U.S. since the kidnapping of Nicolas Maduro. On Friday, President Trump signed an executive order declaring a national emergency to ensure revenue from Venezuelan oil held by the U.S. Treasury is protected from being seized in lawsuits or creditor claims. The move would prevent the use of Venezuelan oil revenue from being used in
push that like
judicial
button. Show them
proceedings
some
ahead of
love.
Maduro's anticipated trial on narco-terrorism charges. This comes as President Trump posted on Truth Social a fake image of a Wikipedia page labeling him as the acting president of Venezuela. On Friday, President Trump met with oil executives at the White House, including ExxonMobil, ConocoPhillips, and Chevron, urging them to invest $100 billion in Venezuela's
The new president
oil
of
production.
Venezuela is
This
Donald
is
Trump.
President Trump speaking to Chevron's vice chair, Mark Nelson.
I'm your president now.
Remember 6 months ago I told you to stay, just stay. Things are going to happen. You'll be very happy. I didn't know they were going to happen this fast or this conclusively. One thing I think everyone has to know is that if we didn't do this, China or Russia would have done it.
The Nobel Institute has rejected an offer by right-wing Venezuelan opposition figure Maria Corina Machado to share her Nobel Peace Prize with President Trump. Once a Nobel Prize is announced, it cannot be revoked, shared, or transferred to others, the Institute said. In response, the White House said in a statement, Trump, quote, "deserves the Nobel Peace Prize many times over," unquote. Trump said in an interview with Fox News last week that it, quote, "would be a great honor to receive the prize from Machado," who said in a separate Fox interview that presenting the prize to Trump would be an act of gratitude from the Venezuelan people for the ouster of Nicolas Maduro. The Washington Post reported President Trump was not willing to support Machado because she accepted the Peace Prize. The source said, quote, "if she had turned it down and said, 'I can't accept it because it's Donald Trump,' she'd be president of Venezuela today," unquote. Machado is scheduled to meet with President Trump in Washington, D.C. this week. Cuba's President Miguel Diaz-Canel has rejected threats by President Trump, who on Sunday said the island would no longer receive oil or aid from Venezuela and that it should strike a deal with Washington. Trump wrote on Truth Social, quote, "there will be no more oil or money going to Cuba, zero. I strongly suggest they make a deal before it's too late," unquote. Diaz-Canel responded saying, quote, "Cuba's a free, independent, and sovereign nation. Nobody dictates what we do. Cuba does not attack. It has been attacked by the U.S. for 66 years, and it does not threaten. It prepares, ready to defend the homeland to the last drop of blood," unquote. Denmark's Prime Minister, Mette Frederiksen, said Her country is at a fateful moment over President Trump's repeated threats to take over Greenland, the autonomous territory controlled by Denmark. Speaking at a political rally, she said, quote, "What is at stake is bigger than what the eye can see, because if what we experience from the Americans is that they're actually turning their backs on the Western Alliance, that they are turning their backs on our NATO cooperation by threatening an ally which we have not experienced before, then everything will stop," she said. Her comments came in response to President Trump's latest remarks threatening force against Greenland.
Right now, we are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not, because if we don't do it, Russia or China will take over Greenland, and we're not going to have Russia or China as a neighbor.
Yep.
Okay?
I don't blame you.
I would like to make a deal, the easy way, but if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way.
The Justice Department has launched a criminal investigation into Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. He said the DOJ had issued subpoenas related to his congressional testimony about the central bank's $2.5 billion renovation of its Washington, D.C. headquarters last year. Powell, who was appointed by President Trump back in 2017, accused the administration of threatening criminal prosecution to pressure him to lower interest rates. This is Chairman Powell.
The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president.
And the Smithsonian's Portrait Gallery has removed text referring to President Trump's 2 impeachments when replacing his photo portrait as part of the museum's American Presidents exhibition. The text that was taken down read that President Trump was, quote, impeached twice on charges of abuse of power and incitement of insurrection after supporters attacked the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. He was acquitted by the Senate in both trials, unquote. Last year, President Trump ordered Smithsonian officials to review all exhibits before the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, July 4th. Before the review, President Trump had fired the head archivist of the National Archives and tried to fire the National Portrait Gallery's director, Kim Sajid, but the board resisted. She later resigned. And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Thanks for watching Democracy Now! On YouTube. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to make sure you never miss a video. And for more of our audience-supported journalism, go to democracynow.org, where you can download our news app, sign up for our newsletter, subscribe to the daily podcast, and so